Hello, everyone. This is Natasha, and you are listening to Listen Up English. If you are new here, welcome. In this channel, we upload new lessons every single day to help you improve your English listening and speaking skills. Each episode is designed to make learning simple, practical, and fun. Today, we will focus on daily life English at the B1 and B2 levels. I will share stories and examples with you so you can practice understanding natural English and also learn how to use it in your own conversations. Let us begin with something very common in daily life, and that is talking about shopping for groceries. Imagine you are going to a supermarket on a Saturday morning. I will tell you a short story. Last week, I went to the market near my house. It was very busy because many people were buying things for the weekend. I took a shopping cart and started with fruits. I picked up some apples, bananas, and a watermelon. Then I went to buy vegetables. The tomatoes looked very fresh, so I bought half a kilo. After that, I bought some rice and bread. Finally, I went to the cashier. The cashier asked me if I had a shopping bag, and I said yes. In many countries now, people bring their own bags to reduce plastic. Now let us practice how you can talk about this. You can say, I went to the supermarket yesterday. I bought apples, bananas, and bread. The shop was busy, but I found everything I needed. This is a clear and simple way to describe what happened. Another daily situation is using public transport. I will give you an example. My friend Daniel takes the bus to work every morning. He lives about 30 minutes away from his office. Sometimes the bus is late, and he has to wait. Last week, the bus came 10 minutes late, and Daniel was worried. He would be late for a meeting, but luckily, the bus driver drove quickly and he arrived on time. Later that day, he told me, waiting for the bus can be stressful, but I always keep a book with me. That way, I can read while I wait. Now think about your own daily transport. If you use a bus, train, or metro, you can describe it like this. I take the bus to school every day. It takes me 20 minutes. Sometimes the bus is crowded, but I usually find a seat. Simple sentences like these are very useful for daily conversations. Let us move to another common topic, cooking at home. Many people cook meals every day. Last night, I cooked dinner for my family. I made chicken curry with rice. It was not very difficult. First, I cut the onions and tomatoes. Then I cooked them with spices. After that, I added the chicken and some water. I let it cook for about 30 minutes. While it was cooking, I also made a salad with cucumbers and carrots. When everything was ready, my husband said the food was delicious. Cooking can be a good way to save money and also to spend time with family. You can talk about your own cooking like this. I cooked pasta last night. I boiled the pasta and made a sauce with tomatoes and garlic. My family enjoyed it. This is short, clear, and easy to say. Another situation is visiting a doctor. This is very common, and you should know how to explain it in English. Last month, my friend Sarah was not feeling well. She had a cold and a sore throat. She went to the doctor and said, I have a cough and my throat hurts. The doctor checked her temperature and gave her some medicine. After a few days, she felt better. If you need to explain this, you can say, I went to the doctor because I had a headache. The doctor gave me medicine and now I feel fine. Let us talk about house chores, which are things you do at home. For example, cleaning, washing clothes, or cooking. Yesterday, I cleaned my kitchen. I washed the dishes, wiped the table, and swept the floor. Later, my son helped me by folding the clothes. Doing chores can take time, but if everyone in the family helps, it becomes easier. You can describe your chores like this. I cleaned my room yesterday. I made my bed, swept the floor, and arranged my books. This is very simple but useful when talking about daily routines. Let us add one more situation: visiting relatives. Last weekend, I visited my aunt and uncle. They live in another part of the city. When I arrived, my aunt offered me tea and biscuits. We sat together and talked about family news. My uncle told me about his garden. He grows tomatoes, cucumbers, and even some herbs. Spending time with relatives is important because it keeps family connections strong. You can describe your visit like this. I visited my cousin last weekend. We had lunch together and talked about our week. It was very nice. Let us move to another situation: going to the post office. This is something that many people need to do, especially if they want to send a letter or a package. Last month, I went to the post office because I needed to send a birthday gift to my sister. I stood in line, and when it was my turn, the worker asked me, "Do you want standard delivery or express delivery?" I chose standard delivery because it was cheaper. The worker gave me a receipt and told me that the package would arrive in 5 days. After that, I went home feeling happy because I knew my sister would be surprised. If you want to describe this in English, you can say, I went to the post office to send a package. The worker asked me about delivery, and I chose standard delivery. Clear, simple, and very practical. Let us talk about another important part of daily life: going to the bank. Sometimes we need to go there to withdraw money or deposit money. Last week, my friend David went to the bank. He needed to pay some bills, so he went to the counter and spoke to the cashier. He said, "I would like to pay my electricity bill and also deposit some money." The cashier helped him quickly, and the whole process only took 10 minutes. David told me later that it is always good to go to the bank in the morning because it is less crowded. You can describe your own experience like this. I went to the bank yesterday. I deposited some money and paid a bill. It was quick and easy. Now let us move to another everyday topic, which is going to the park. Parks are very common places for people to relax, walk, or spend time with family. Last Sunday, I went to the park with my family. The weather was sunny and pleasant. My children played on the swings and slides, while my husband and I walked around the park. We also bought some ice cream from a small shop. After about 2 hours, we sat under a tree and talked. Spending time in nature is always refreshing. If you want to explain this, you can say, I went to the park with my family. We walked, played, and had ice cream. It was fun. Another useful situation is going to the pharmacy. This is something that many people do when they need medicine. A few weeks ago, my neighbor Maria went to the pharmacy because she had a headache. She asked the pharmacist, "Can you give me something for a headache?" The pharmacist gave her some tablets and explained how to take them. Maria thanked him and went home. The next day, she told me she was feeling much better. You can describe your own visit like this. I went to the pharmacy to buy medicine for a cold. The pharmacist helped me and gave me advice. Now let us talk about eating out at a restaurant. Sometimes families or friends go out to eat. Last Friday evening, my family and I went to a small restaurant near our house. We ordered grilled fish, rice, and vegetables. The food was tasty and the service was fast. At the end of the meal, the waiter asked us if we wanted dessert. We said yes, and we chateau. Another daily situation is buying clothes. People often need new clothes for work, school, or special events. Last month, my friend Julia went shopping for a new dress. She visited 3 different shops before she found one that she liked. The dress was blue with small white flowers. When she tried it on, it fit perfectly. She was very happy and bought it. Later, she wore it to a family dinner, and everyone said it looked beautiful. You can describe this in English like this. I went shopping for clothes. I bought a blue dress, and it looked very nice. Now let us talk about buying shoes. This is another very common daily activity. My neighbor Robert needed new shoes for work. He went to a shoe shop and looked at many different pairs. Some were too small and others were too big. Finally, he found a pair of black leather shoes that were comfortable. He tried them on, walked a little, and then paid for them. He said, "Good shoes are important because I walk a lot every day." You can describe this like this. I bought new shoes. They were comfortable and fit well. Another everyday activity is visiting the library. Many people borrow books or study there. Last week, my cousin Anna went to the library near her university. She needed books about history and cooking. She used her library card to borrow 3 books. The librarian told her to return them in 2 weeks. Anna enjoys reading at night before going to bed. You can describe it like this. I went to the library, I borrowed some books, and I will return them in 2 weeks. Let us talk about parents picking up their children from school. Every afternoon, many parents go to the school gate to meet their kids. Yesterday, my friend Peter went to pick up his 2 children. They were excited because they had art class, and they showed him their drawings. Peter smiled and said, "That's wonderful. You did a great job." He then took them home, and they talked about their school day. You can describe it like this. I picked up my children from school. They showed me what they learned. Another important family event is attending a wedding. 2 weeks ago, I attended my cousin's wedding. It was a big celebration. Many guests came, and the bride and groom looked very happy. The ceremony was beautiful, and the food was delicious. After dinner, people danced and took photos. Everyone enjoyed the day. You can describe your experience like this. I went to a wedding. The couple looked very happy, and the food was great. Now let us move to something small but useful. Getting a haircut. People go to the barber or hairdresser for this. Last Saturday, my husband Thomas went to the barber shop. He asked for a short haircut because the weather was hot. The barber cut his hair in 20 minutes, and Thomas felt fresh and comfortable. You can describe it like this. I went to the barber. I cut my hair short, and now I feel good. Another everyday activity is going to the market. People go there to buy fresh food. Last Sunday, I went to the local market with my aunt. We bought fresh fish, vegetables, and some fruit. The market was crowded, but we found everything we needed. The prices were also good. You can describe this like this. I went to the market. I bought vegetables and fruit. Another very common event is celebrating a birthday. Last month, my friend David invited me to his birthday party. His family prepared a big cake with candles. Everyone sang happy birthday together. We ate cake, drank juice, and took many photos. David felt very happy. You can describe your own experience like this. I went to a birthday party. We sang, ate cake, and had fun. Sometimes things at home break and we need to repair them. For example, a washing machine. Last year, our washing machine stopped working. We called a repairman and he came to check it. He opened the machine and said, "The motor is not working." He replaced the part and soon the machine was working again. We were very relieved. You can explain it like this. My washing machine was broken, but a repairman fixed it. Another relaxing activity is gardening. My aunt loves to grow vegetables and flowers in her garden. Every morning, she waters the plants and checks them. Last week, she harvested tomatoes and cucumbers. She said, "Gardening is very relaxing. It gives me peace of mind." You can describe it like this. I grow vegetables in my garden. I water them every day. Now let us talk about traveling by train. Last summer, I went on a trip by train. The journey took 3 hours, but it was comfortable. I looked out of the window and saw mountains, rivers, and villages. I read a book, drank some tea, and enjoyed the view. You can describe it like this. I traveled by train. It was comfortable and the view was beautiful. Family dinners are another important daily event. Last week, I had dinner with my parents. My mother cooked rice, chicken, and vegetables. We all sat together at the table. During dinner, we talked about our week and shared stories. It was a warm and happy time. You can describe it like this. I had dinner with my family. We ate together and talked. Sometimes parents need to buy medicine for their children. Last winter, my friend Laura's son had a fever. She went to the pharmacy and asked for children's medicine. The pharmacist gave her syrup and explained the instructions. Laura gave the medicine to her son, and he felt better the next day. You can describe this like this. I bought medicine for my child at the pharmacy. Visiting neighbors is another simple but important part of life. Last week, my neighbor Clara baked bread. She brought some to my house and we ate together with tea. We talked about our families and shared stories. Spending time with neighbors builds friendship. You can describe it like this. I visited my neighbor. We talked and shared food. Another common activity is renewing an ID card. 2 months ago, I went to the government office to renew mine. I took some documents and filled out a form. The officer checked everything and told me to come back after 1 week to collect the new card. The process was not very difficult. You can describe it like this. I renewed my ID card. It took 1 week to get the new one. Now let us talk about going to the bakery. Everyone loves fresh bread. Yesterday, I went to a bakery near my home. The smell of bread was wonderful. I bought a loaf of bread and some biscuits. The baker smiled and said, "Thank you. Have a nice day." You can describe it like this. I went to the bakery. I bought bread and biscuits. Exercising in the park is also very popular. Every morning, my neighbor James goes jogging. He runs for 30 minutes and then stretches. He says, "Exercise makes me feel healthy and full of energy." You can describe it like this: I exercised in the park. I felt strong and energetic. Another important visit is to the dentist. Last month, my son Michael had a toothache. I took him to the dentist. The dentist checked his teeth, cleaned them, and filled one cavity. Michael was a little afraid, but after the visit, he felt better. You can describe it like this: I went to the dentist because I had a toothache. Helping children with homework is a daily routine for many parents. Last night, I helped my daughter with her math homework. At first, she did not understand, but I explained step by step. After a while, she said, "Now I get it." I was very proud. You can describe it like this: I helped my child with homework. She understood it after my explanation. Sometimes people travel by bus for longer trips. Last month, my friend Emily took a bus to visit her relatives in another city. The trip was 3 hours long, but the bus was comfortable. She listened to music and watched the scenery. You can describe it like this: I traveled by bus. It was comfortable and not too expensive. Buying furniture is another daily need. Last year, we bought a new dining table. We visited a furniture shop and looked at many tables. Finally, we chose a wooden one that was strong and big enough for our family. It looked nice in our dining room. You can describe it like this: I bought new furniture for my house. Another important thing is hospital checkups. My aunt goes to the hospital every 6 months. Last week, she had her blood pressure and blood sugar checked. The doctor said she was healthy. She felt happy and relieved. You can describe it like this: I went to the hospital for a checkup. The doctor said I was fine. School events are also part of life. Last month, my son's school organized a sports day. The children ran races and played games. Parents came to watch and cheer. Everyone was excited, and the children felt proud. You can describe it like this: I went to a school sports day. It was fun and exciting. Another nice activity is going on a picnic. Many families enjoy spending time outdoors with food and games. Last weekend, I went on a picnic with my family near a river. We took sandwiches, fruit, and juice. The children played ball while the adults relaxed under the trees. After eating, we walked along the river and enjoyed the fresh air. You can describe it like this: I went on a picnic with my family. We ate together and played games. Cooking new recipes is another fun activity. Last month, my friend Sophia tried to make pizza for the first time. She prepared the dough, added tomato sauce, cheese, and vegetables. When the pizza came out of the oven, it smelled delicious. Her family tasted it and said, "This is wonderful." You can describe it like this: I tried a new recipe. I cooked pizza, and my family enjoyed it. Preparing the house for guests is something many families do. Last Friday, I invited my colleagues for dinner. In the morning, I cleaned the living room, arranged the chairs, and decorated the table. In the afternoon, I cooked rice, chicken, and salad. When my colleagues arrived, they said the house looked beautiful. We had a great evening. You can describe it like this: I prepared my house for guests. I cleaned and cooked. Another simple but important task is paying bills. Last week, my friend Rachel went to the electricity office. She stood in line and then paid her bill at the counter. The process was quick, and she felt relieved after finishing it. You can describe it like this: I paid my electricity bill yesterday. It was simple and fast. Sometimes people take a taxi. 2 days ago, I went to a wedding and needed to arrive on time. I called a taxi, and it came quickly. The driver was polite and drove carefully. I arrived safely and thanked him. You can describe it like this: I took a taxi to go somewhere. The ride was safe and comfortable. Buying school uniforms is a task for many parents. Before the school year began, my sister went to buy uniforms for her son. She bought 2 shirts, trousers, and shoes. Her son tried them on, and they fit perfectly. You can describe it like this: I bought a school uniform for my child. It fit well. Visiting relatives in another city is also common. Last month, my parents visited my uncle who lives 2 hours away. They traveled by train, and when they arrived, my uncle welcomed them warmly. They had lunch together and shared family news. You can describe it like this: I visited relatives in another city. We spent time together. Repairing bicycles is another simple activity. Last week, my son's bicycle tire was flat. We took it to the repair shop. The mechanic fixed it in 10 minutes, and my son was very happy. You can describe it like this: I repaired my bicycle. Now it works fine. Buying stationery is important for students. Yesterday, my daughter Emily went to a shop to buy notebooks, pens, and pencils. She was excited to use them for school. You can describe it like this: I bought stationery for school. I got notebooks and pens. Community meetings are important for neighborhoods. Last Sunday, our neighborhood had a meeting about keeping the streets clean. People gathered at the community hall. We discussed rubbish collection, planting trees, and helping each other. At the end, everyone agreed to work together. You can describe it like this: I attended a community meeting. We talked about cleaning the streets. Another common activity is buying fruit from a street vendor. Last week, I bought some ripe mangoes from a seller near my house. The mangoes were sweet and juicy. The vendor smiled and said, "Thank you, come again." You can describe it like this: I bought fruit from a vendor. The mangoes were very tasty. Visiting the tailor is also part of daily life. Last month, I took my husband's shirt to the tailor because it was too big. The tailor measured it, made adjustments, and after 2 days, the shirt fit perfectly. You can describe it like this: I went to the tailor. My clothes were adjusted, and now they fit well. School sports days are exciting events. Last Saturday, my daughter's school had a sports day. The children ran races, played games, and the parents clapped and cheered. Everyone had fun, and the children felt proud. You can describe it like this: I went to a school sports day. The children played games, and we cheered for them. Buying household items is also common. 2 weeks ago, I went to the supermarket to buy soap, laundry powder, and a mop. These are small but necessary things for the house. You can describe it like this: I bought some household items like soap and detergent. Preparing for a trip is another useful topic. My friend Clara prepared for a trip to the beach. She packed clothes, sunscreen, snacks, and water bottles. She also checked the weather to make sure it was sunny. You can describe it like this: I prepared for a trip. I packed clothes and food. Visiting a farm can be a fun experience. Last summer, I visited my cousin's farm. He showed me his cows, chickens, and goats. I also helped him feed the animals. It was an interesting day. You can describe it like this: I visited a farm. I saw animals and helped to feed them. Family celebrations bring people together. Last year, my aunt had her 60th birthday. Many relatives came to celebrate. We sang, ate delicious food, and shared memories. You can describe it like this: I attended a family celebration. It was joyful and memorable. Buying school supplies is also important. My sister went shopping for her son. She bought a school bag, pencils, and crayons. Her son was very happy with his new things. You can describe it like this: I bought school supplies for my child. Taking children to the park is part of daily family life. Last Sunday, I took my son to the playground. He played on the slide and swings. He laughed and enjoyed the time. You can describe it like this: I went to the park with my child. He played happily. Preparing for guests is another daily routine. Last month, my cousin visited us. Before she came, I cleaned the guest room, washed the sheets, and cooked food. She felt comfortable when she arrived. You can describe it like this: I prepared my house for guests. I cleaned and cooked. Visiting a book fair is another activity. My friend David went to a book fair in the city. He bought 5 books and even met a famous author who signed one of them. You can describe it like this: I went to a book fair. I bought books and enjoyed the event. Repairing furniture sometimes happens at home. Last week, one of our chairs was broken. I used a screwdriver and glue to fix it. Now it is strong again. You can describe it like this: I repaired a chair in my house. Parent-teacher meetings are important for children's education. Last month, my daughter's school had a meeting. The teacher talked about her progress and gave advice. I listened carefully and asked questions. It was helpful. You can describe it like this: I went to a parent-teacher meeting. The teacher gave me feedback about my child. Buying vegetables is something people do very often. Last Saturday, my uncle went to the market. He bought tomatoes, cucumbers, and carrots. The vegetables were fresh and cheap. He used them to cook soup at home. You can describe it like this: I bought vegetables at the market. They were fresh and tasty. Preparing for exams is another important situation, especially for students. My nephew studied hard for his final exams. Every evening, he reviewed his notes and practiced with past papers. He felt nervous but prepared. You can describe it like this: I studied for my exams. I read books and practiced questions. Fixing a leaking tap is a simple repair at home. Last week, our kitchen tap was leaking. We called a plumber. He replaced a part, and now the tap works well. You can describe it like this: I fixed a leaking tap in my house. Preparing lunch boxes is part of daily life for many parents. Yesterday morning, my sister prepared lunch boxes for her 2 children. She packed sandwiches, fruit, and juice. Her children took them to school and enjoyed the food. You can describe it like this: I prepared lunch for my children. I packed sandwiches and fruit. Visiting a clothing market is also a common activity. Last week, my friend Sarah went to the local clothing market. She looked at many dresses, shirts, and jackets. Finally, she chose a traditional embroidered dress. It was beautiful and not very expensive. She felt very happy with her purchase. You can describe it like this: I went to the clothing market. I bought a dress that I liked. These daily life stories show how you can talk about many different activities in simple English. The important thing is to use short and clear sentences. Practice repeating them. Try to use them in your own conversations every day. By doing this, you will improve your speaking and listening skills step by step. Thank you for listening to Listen Up English. We hope these stories help you learn English in a natural and enjoyable way. See you again in the next lesson.